Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in this video today we're going to be talking about Halo Infinite and the tech preview that just went on and what my thoughts about the tech preview are, because I was able to participate in it and I did have a lot of fun, and I have a lot of thoughts and opinions about the flight preview, and I kind of want to get them all out here in video form because I know 3433 said they were taking a look at videos, and I kind of want to give you guys my thoughts about it because I've been talking about this for a while and I want to let you know what I think. So with all that in mind, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so first things first, I want to go ahead and say that I've played on both PC and Xbox One S, and that my experience on both of them was rather different. So for PC, my graphic quality really did not end up being that outstanding, and I think that's mostly because of my graphics card, because it's an RTX 580, so it's not anything really great in terms of graphical performance, but I know I am able to run games like Modern Warfare incredibly well, and same with like Rust and other, top-end PC games like even Flight Sim, so I was a little disappointed for my game having such poor performance issues. Now, I'm not sure if that was an incident isolated to me, because I do know that there were some people with even higher end graphics cards that were having issues running the game, so I'm gonna go ahead and chalk that up to the technical preview not being very stable and not necessarily what a full reflection of the actual product will be late holiday. I feel like if the game would have ran a bit better on my PC, I probably would have had a much better experience overall, but I did have a lot more success on my Xbox One S. It surprisingly ran super well on the old gen hardware, and I'm actually very surprised with that. But overall, I think the performance on the old console is actually pretty good for the most part, and I think it'll play well even into the future. So in terms of the actual gameplay, I was very impressed. The game feels really smooth and fluid, and the movement feels amazing. It's like Halo 5's like advanced movement bits, but without all the extra fluff like ground pound, thrusts, things like that. It's just your traditional modern FPS movement, and I really like it. It performs incredibly well, and I think the developers really took a lot of time to make sure sprint didn't feel too overpowered, and that the sliding, clambering, and all that stuff works well with the actual game. Next bit I want to go ahead and cover is the maps, and I thought the maps were all really great. I thought those all could have been classic Halo maps from how well they played, and I had a lot of fun on all the maps. They were, complicated enough to where, there's high ground and you had low ground, different ways to explore, and the map flows really well, and I was very happy with it, and I really couldn't have asked for much better on the maps. I do want to now talk about the bots. I thought the bots overall were pretty good. Even at the Spartan difficulty though, I felt like they weren't very capable, because I didn't end up losing a game once, and I don't even think I had a game where the ODSTs or Spartans were getting above 20. I think the bots are super cool though. I think their grenade accuracy is scary good, and I think that's going to be a great thing for improving, so I'm very happy with that. I do want to see their actual logic improved a little bit though, so that way I feel like I'm challenged a bit more as a player, because I do play at a higher level. Overall, I thought the bots were super awesome, and I was actually having a lot of fun competing against them. So next we're going to go and talk about the weapons sandbox. Now, I thought so many of these weapons were awesome. I thought the Heatwave was a really nice standout with the vertical and horizontal shooting patterns. I thought that was so cool. I also want to say the Ravager was super cool, how it has the secondary fire where you charge it up and it puts like this little ring of fire type area, and it, does damage to enemies. I thought that was also super cool. And I love how the sandbox weapons they're incorporating now are more focused on sandbox elements rather than just raw killing potential. And my other favorite standout weapon was going to be the Skewer, which is another new weapon that they introduced. It's really hard to use, but it is very satisfying to get kills with, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Overall, the weapon sandbox is balanced pretty well. A couple guns that I do think need to be looked at again is probably the commando rifle. It just doesn't seem to land or do enough damage in my opinion, and then I'd also say the plasma pistol. The tracking on it seems to be a bit weak compared to the Halo 5 one, which isn't an issue, but it feels like even the normal bullets don't really do a whole lot, so I'd probably give both of those a good look. Other than that, I think everything else performs well. The AR, pistol, battle rifle all perform excellently, and I'm a huge fan of the new Bulldog shotgun. The last little thing I want to talk about is going to be equipment. I think equipment works perfectly, and I don't have a single issue with it. I love how it plays, and I love how there's different equipment for each map. Notably, the grapple and the drop wall I think are really awesome. I love both of them. Sonar grenade is a bit basic, but I still think it's a good equipment piece. I'm so excited to see what other equipment they have in the final game though. My final thoughts for the flight is that it was pretty good. The only issue I really had with the entire flight as a whole was just the method of getting into the flight, into waypoint I should say. I'd probably just ditch the waypoint thing and just send the code straight to our email instead, but that's not really something that actually does with the gameplay. But other than that, I think the gameplay is really well, and I'm very excited to see this game at launch. Other than that, that's all I got for this video, guys. If you enjoy, slap like, make sure you are subscribed, stay hydrated. We'll see you in the next video.